just a minute.
Okay,
just a minute. Yes, we are now live on YouTube.
Okay.
Let me hand over to you, Ndate to take us through today's presentation.
No, thank you very much, and this is wonderful times that we are in as we see every day Weownomy growing and everyone who is involved with Weownomy. This is very simply a disruptive company. It's not like any traditional company that you may have been involved with, and because we are, strictly involved in unique international space regarding global social media platforms, and we are really coming in to disrupt that space globally. And that space, as you well know, has over 2 billion users, and you can imagine we want to really make sure that we involve our people with this new unique income platform, which will pay you for using it. And very well aware that in Africa, such opportunities have never been involved, and people have never really got such an opportunity. So most of you can really be very surprised how amazing such an opportunity comes your way. And indeed, it's very, very unique. And I will try and explain to you very much. And I'm aware that we have very new, this opportunity now is spreading across Africa. We have people from Botswana, we have Namibia, we have mostly now from South Africa and Lesotho. I salute you, I'm very humbled that you are part of Weownomy, which, as you well know, me and you and everyone else who's joining us will be able to own this amazing income platform going globally. And today I would like to talk about a very unique, building, we have building section areas of the platform. Most of you, you've been engaged with in WhatsApp. So we have quite a number of shareholders whom we're assembling who come through WhatsApp. And want to let you know that we're going to launch our own version of WhatsApp, which is called Weownomychat. For the first time, you'll be able to see the features today. And my team, which is based in US, India, are going to work together. So we have what we call the Weownomy Web, which is just like the way you see the complete version of Facebook. And then Weownomychat, which is going to be a complete version of WhatsApp. And the difference is you'll be able to own it. So very soon we're going to migrate every one of you away from WhatsApp and directly to Weownomychat, and we can be able to have a capacity of 500 million users who will be initially allowed to participate in that space, and they'll be able to explain to you all these important arrangements. Further to that, we're also going to discuss about our own advertisement exchange. So this is very...
Peter, sorry to interrupt. Yes,
yes.
It's like you are far from your mic.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you can go on, but try to come closer to your mic. It's like
okay.
I cannot hear you clearly. I'll let you know again when I...
Okay. No,
yes,
I'm saying again, thank you very much. I'm very excited. All our new shareholders, potential shareholders, everyone who has just, just joined us to listen to what we're going to present today. I'm the CEO of Weownomy. Semakula Peter Rima. I'm also the CEO of AEX South Africa. So Weownomy is a US incorporated company. We incorporated it in the US because that's where we would like to really have a very strong foundation with our global income platform, which simply means that whatever you guys have been doing on Facebook for free and other platforms, other social media platforms for free, Weownomy says that you're going to be able to be paid. And again, today you'll be able to understand the pieces of the arrangement of exactly how that payment works. You're very aware about our share income program, which is just the very start arrangement that we're trying to really assemble everyone in Africa and globally to participate. And we are also introducing another income arrangement, which is an advertisement exchange. This has made Facebook over $29 billion just for the advertising arrangement. So we are also going to talk about a unique listing arrangement. We're having our parent company, AEX, which actually AEX is infrastructure, capital market infrastructure. We are pioneering an arrangement in South Africa to establish more than 6, to be precise, 12 stock exchanges in Africa in partnership with SEDAC. So SEDAC has some kind of shareholding arrangement that they will be acquiring in AEX. But again, AEX also has kind of like channeled out in very unique arrangements by involving itself in establishing a unique, global social media platform that pays users for using it. And further to that, we're also involved in a very unique second gold coin, a new gold coin in Africa after the Kruger. And that's also an initiative that we would like our people to get involved across the African continent, and you'll be able to see that. And then as you see what we have here in front of you, we have just introduced a new unincorporated joint venture for the diamonds. We'll be able to explain to you what that means. I'm also launching Weownomychat, which is going to be much better than WhatsApp, whereby every activity like calling, chatting, any activity that you've been doing on WhatsApp that has not been, that you've never been monetized. Monetized means that you've never been paid for that. So Weownomychat will be able to pay you. And we are now also going to discuss a new income arrangement. So the first income arrangement has been the share income program, but now there's also going to be an advertisement exchange, and that one will be able to explain to you. And then I'm also going to talk about the Pan-African Peace Accord. This is massive, massive. For the first time as your World Peace Ambassador, our organization was requested to set up a Pan-Africa Peace Accord. It's a body which is going to really work around the whole continent to try and see how we can establish peaceful financing tools that can help our African continent, and also how those peaceful financing tools can end conflicts, can end poverty. And I'm very proud that I was appointed as a member on that board. We'll also discuss more about the Weownomy Share Auction platform. Our team that has been doing the auction privately, they would like to also have it live so that also all the shareholders will be able to see how the whole auction arrangement works and everything, because this will be one of the unique arrangements, and we'll be able to understand what is auction, why is it important to really auction our shares, and that's very important. And I think with that, I will try and make sure that we go through the different important slides. Now, this is quite amazing. When I would like to discuss with you, we have seen an increasing interest of many shareholders. I'm very humbled, very new people who are interested to really join Weownomy. And this is very powerful. But again, we are going to be building our own ecosystem. So Weownomychat is going to be just like WhatsApp. Whatever WhatsApp has been doing globally, we can be able to do that, but in a totally different arrangement. So we have Weownomy Web. Weownomy Web takes a lot of work, and that will launch a beta test in December. And then also by a full build platform will be available in May. But Weownomychat would like to have our users participate through it slowly as it builds up to 500 million users. We would like to have that, to easily have quite a number of users, so that by the time we have our, by the time we hit May, we should be able to have a minimum of 500 million users. So this is going to be a messaging, app, which is the first and only, chat app that pays you. And so, as you well know, many people have been asking me, why don't we shift to Telegram? Because we can have many users there, more than 10,000. But again, this is a disruptive company. We have a lot that you guys don't know that's happening behind the scene. And we are going to migrate most of our shareholders away from WhatsApp shortly to Weownomychat. And then we have the capacity for 500 million users. And you'll be able to see the rewarding features that I'll be able to show with you shortly. Weownomychat users will be able to chat, call, play games, make mobile payments. It will also be very interesting for you guys who are going to participate in building the network up to 500 million users. So you'll be able to, instead of saying WhatsApp me, you can now say Weownomychat me. So that's going to be something interesting for you guys who really want to have that identity, the brand, and also to build something very interesting for the whole global community. So that's something very interesting. And we will also have, it will be the first personal data marketplace. We have partnered with also a privacy compliance platform globally, which makes sure that whatever we're going to do will be in line with the global laws in terms of data usage. And so our main arrangement to really make sure we have a personal data marketplace, it's simply to make sure that anything that you do on Weownomychat, before we have Weownomy Web, which is going to be like Facebook, but Weownomychat, which is the version of what should be like WhatsApp, we should be monetized so that every time you have an activity on Weownomychat, you should be quickly and very fast alerted that this is what you're supposed to be paid. And because now with Weownomychat, you will be able not only to have the share income arrangement that we've been talking about, Class B, Class C, but you'll also be able to get we will also be able to have a lot of people who would like to use Weownomychat for advertising their businesses, quite a lot of activities, and the big numbers that will be coming, knowing that they're going into a different, unique app, which is going to be the first, newest in the market. And for us to hit 500 million users, the board has realized we cannot build a network for WhatsApp. We rather build a network, all the different users to own Weownomychat. And so Weownomychat will help user base to be able to build that network quickly before we hit December and before we launch before we launch in May next year. So here I would like to go just directly so that I can be able to share with you the prototype. So today you guys are going to be able to see quite a lot of stuff. The Weownomychat will be able to work both on the web and both on the mobile. And so you'll be able to see the features. You'll also be able to see the whole prototype of what we intend to do. And so we have quite a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to work with. So I would like to just take you to the template so that you can see that template with me. Okay. Delta, can you see the template that I'm trying to show up here?
Yes, Nade, it's you can see that a bit.
Yeah. So we are working with the best, and I want to assure you, all our investors, the money that you invest, you're very lucky that we are working with the best of the best. They believe in the idea the same way you guys believe in the idea with your fans, and more than you can imagine possible. You're just turning out to be people who are going to have great net worth. And so the net worth that we build with your own amount. So you can ask me, does Weownomy really will have major institutional investors? No, we're not going to have outside investors. Our investors are you. Investors are mainly Class B, Class C. We also have Class A. We also have premium packages that you can see on our website, if you've seen that. And so we wanted to build something unique. We wanted to walk our talk and make sure that when we're doing something, let it really fit with the needs of our users globally. And so that will make us unique, and that will make us grow quickly. And so our international developers are very much interested in that. So I'd just like to take you through Weownomychat, and then you can be able to see. So we have 85 features, and the whole app is costing us $67,000. And so we have a very unique way we work with our team globally. And so every month we pay them $3,382. So there are three phases of how we work. If you want to expedite the process, the whole designing arrangement goes quicker. But we have agreed they will be developing some of the app areas while you're working on it, and so they can have the whole app developed in a very pretty quick side, and make sure that we have something quick to really make the whole program. So most of the features of our new Weownomychat will be able to have an activity feed whereby you display the recent relevant activities, such as status, update, views, events. Users can also see a summary of what others have been doing. Now, this is different. You're going to really now start to earn two different types of income. Now, it will be like you're really going to test what you should have tested in December or in next year. So we want to start with Weownomychat and see how that could really work. You can add friends. Users can add other users to their network, useful for growing communities and the numbers of users. This is amazing, because we would like to see our app be able to build quite a number of users. So the reason we want to build the users, and we're building owners here, people who are just interested like you to participate in this project, and also to build disruptive. We are doing things at a lightning speed. It's not normal. Anyone out there who's thinking that we are running a traditional company, forget it. This is a disruptive, and we need to do quick, because the people we are competing with are giants. So we really need to make sure that the way we handle the project, we handle it in the same urgency. And so that's quickly in there. With my unique announcements here and there, they're all aligned to build a disruptive company. And when you build a disruptive company, it's totally unique. It's the first of its kind in the history of the world. And so having you on board, I'm very excited. I'm always humbled to have you. So analytics, you gain insight into how the product is being used by customers, track events such as clicks for use in reporting statistics. So now you can hear they're talking about clicks. So that means with our own Weownomychat, you can have those clicks, and those ones now will be able to start to earn you something right away. So these guys will be able to build different features over the time, and so you guys will be able to use. You'll be able to start slowly by slowly and make sure emojis. So they give the option to include animated emojis. Conversation become more interactive compared to using static emojis. Yeah, I mean, it's happening in the groups when we're announcing some of our shareholders who have been in the pilot pay, and you could see all these videos and all that kind of stuff. It's very interesting. And so Weownomychat is not going to leave data behind. You're going to have more enriching features that will really make you guys very exciting. Yes, audio and video messenger. Users can instantly send and receive audio, video messages to each other on one-to-one basis. This is often used when users can't or don't want to use text. And so that's amazing. Like I can see that you're in the group whereby many members, instead of just using the text, they would like to use the audio. And now here, there's also going to be an option of even using your video. Okay. Barcode scanner, scan, read, and process a barcode using devices. Camera, the result can be used with your inventory for reference. Broadcast message. Yes, absolutely. You can broadcast messages over the internet to multiple users at the same time. Useful when users want to share information quickly and to more people. Business chat, Apple devices, users can find a business listing and start text-based conversation from Safari, Maps, Spotlight, etc. You can have questions answered instantly, offer schedule and visual list, offer checkout with Apple Pay. We have Weownomypay, which will be a virtual card arrangement. You can have chat, users can live chat on a one-on-one basis. Now, this is interesting. Every chat you're going to have on Weownomychat, whether it's conversational, whether it's business, or any kind of chat, you will be paid. Any kind of activity that I'm detailing out here, you will be paid. They can write text, you're paid to write text. You can share images, you'll be paid to share images. You can send and receive push notifications, that will also be paid for, giving them more reasons to stay inside the product. That is amazing. So we want to leverage our Weownomychat to build the 500 million users. That is our target. Then from 500 million, we can go up to 1 billion or 2 billion, depending how fast this thing grows. But we think instead of using Telegram, instead of using WhatsApp and all that on other social media platforms, if we use our own Weownomychat, we can really grow fast and we can have a lot of users, and it could be really legit because people will know that when I'm joining Weownomychat, this is real business, and this is something that we are very excited. Chat backup restore. You can restore your chat history, backup chats either online or locally. Offer users a way to keep data secure without taking up space on the devices. Chatbot, the product chats with human users, answering basic questions in the language you choose 24/7. You can chat to multiple people and free up more of your time, enabled by AWS integration. College creator, create collages from a device, image, and photo collection. Comments, that's amazing. You can now be able to be paid for commenting with Weownomychat. So comments, users can post and read comments on the content you have. They can also reply to specific comments in a thread to boost conversation and interactions inside the product. How do you feel, guys, when you hear this? This is amazing. This is how Weownomy is growing in front of your eyes. This is what we call a disruptive company, not a traditional company. This is something that you have never imagined possible. And this is something that is going to turn your lives. And this is something that it will make sure Africa never stays behind. So Africa this time around is on the front line, directly leading this major solution. And economically, we think if we start with all the households economically to really make them get out of poverty, And we are not just saying slogans, we are practicing, we're showing all the different steps quickly, and people are getting out of poverty day one by one, and we're seeing it before our own eyes. Okay, compass enable navigation and coordinates with latitude, longitude, location. Users can see which direction they're facing or traveling when using the product. Connect on social media account. Yes, you can connect social media accounts to the product. They can then import profile, saving time when setting up their profiles. Contact sharing allows the users to send information about their contacts. All this is being monetized, and you guys are going to be very happy. Users can contact the product with questions or feedback. Messages go to the email box for responding, forwarding, or signing. So this is mainly for many different business communities that would like to use Weownomychat. So with Weownomychat, we just have the whole African continent within a week just on board, because that will be easier for you guys when you're marketing out there. You just simply tell someone, come and join Weownomychat. You just download the app, you start to get paid. And that's how unique it is and amazing for us. And then the way Weownomychat will be, there will never be any section of scams. It will auto-delete right away anyone who tries to bring anything that is not related with what we're trying to do. It will just auto-delete you. Contact lists, import and export contact information in vCard. Users can save time and can stay inside the product when sharing. Conversation threading and online discussion between users can be separated by quoting individual replies. Helps to keep multiple conversations flowing, even if they are off topic from the original comment. Dashboard, see a summary of how the business is performing over different time periods. Used to two key metrics for deeper understanding, such as sales, cash flow, recent activity. So this dashboard, that's where all your monetizing activities will be. So if you're participating with us on a daily basis, you will be able to know how much you're going to be able to earn. All your activities on that day will be able to be reflected in the dashboard, linked with your user digital bank account, which is the Weownomy DigiBank, and you're going to have a very wonderful experience dealing with the Weownomy. That's going to be something very powerful. Display and theme, allowing users to control the display and theme settings of the app. Drawing, use a finger or stylus to sketch and set drawings on a device with a touch-enabled screen. Includes undo, redo, erase functions. You can see we have amazing features that we're going to launch. Email login, enable users to log in with an email address and password, authenticates the identity and good for user experience. Emojis, integrate emojis and stickers within the chat. Now, the whole features are so many. I can just stop on this one, the event registration, and then I take you just on the practicality of how the prototype will look like. I think that will also be interesting for you before we go to so many steps that we really have to cover today. Event registration, like we have the Weownomy Global Referral Platform. It's very important. So you can register an event listed on the platform. Call your guys, call the new potential people who would like to really, participate, and you can take them through what it is. What a powerful, unique experience using our own chat program, messaging app, and people will be very excited knowing that, wow, I'm in a new home and not necessarily using other different platforms, but we're using our own platform to really experience and show people what it is they're going to be able to benefit. And I think we can be able to convert as many people as possible to participate across the continent and globally. And so I would like to take you to the practical prototype, which is being built up with our team globally, so that we are able to see what I'm talking about. Okay. So this is the whole thing, because reading, I think also practically it will be interesting for you guys to also see what it is. Okay. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look like. I just wanted to walk you guys so that you can see how beautiful this thing. So you have the welcome part here where you can be able to join. And then you have the email login. So some of those features that I've just been talking to you, you can be able to see that. And then you can be able to sign in. Okay, you log in, and then you can invite your friends to join Facebook, Twitter, email. Okay, and you can upload media, your stuff, video stuff. You can see your friend list, just like the way you see it on WhatsApp. I think I really want you guys to know that we're a disruptive company, not a traditional company. We are doing something, and Africa for the first time is on the forefront, okay? We have that, the chatting part. You can see examples of how you can be able to chat. It can actually even show your location, okay? We can also have backup information for any kind of stuff that needs to be backed up. And okay, scan and stuff like that. Let me just see it so that I don't miss something very important that I need to show you. You can also have videos, events and stuff like that you're hosting using Weownomychat. And so this is very amazing, very enriching, and very serious. You can do the search. And so this is the very first experience of what we are going to really have with Weownomy. Your photos there, you can see the slides. Your dashboard. So here, your dashboard, it could be able to show the activities, how much you're gonna earn, 240K or something like that, monthly, to be able to show the clicks, weekly and stuff. So you guys, you're in for something that is gonna change your lives. And just because of the shares that you're purchasing, and the company is not a greedy company, the company is really trying to show you the value of what you're going to get. We have unique services, we have unique products that we can offer you. And so there is a lot what you see in the group compared with what we are doing on a daily basis to make sure that we prepare the best for you. We have amazing progress behind the scenes. If you guys could just acknowledge and just appreciate that we are handling something very interesting for you, by December, you'll be able not to be the same again. And so this is amazing. So we're just not running a company that will not deliver. We are running a company that is going to do quite a lot of amazing stuff. So with that, I would like to take you back to a presentation and make sure that we catch up with more important information. So I've tried to show you the prototype. You now believe Weownomychat is not just a joke, it's not just an idea that we're just talking out of our mind. And we have a complete product and a prototype which is ready to go. And so what we're doing is, with increasing numbers, our team is getting to realize that. And our board is also interested in making sure that we can now start to drive quite a number of our shareholders to really get home. It's not just an idea that we just talking. And then, so what we are now interested is to daily show you. So this company is different. We don't really, like I told you, it's not a traditional company. We always interface with our shareholders on a daily basis in the chats, whatever happens with my official letters, and I try as much as possible to match and provide you all the information that is required so that you guys can be up to speed with what is happening. But again, I've always encouraged our shareholders to really learn about what the company is. We have a bigger problem in Africa. We've experienced quite a lot of problems, poverty-related problems, wars, many challenges. So it's difficult for our people to really understand that the business model is more clear, more important for you to champion it. And I'm very interested with those audios that have been coming in and people who have been articulating, people who have come through to me and say, I can help this. One thing that I've learned with the World Peace Organization, and which I would like to share with you before we go to other important information, they have clearly, they made it very clearly to me that we would like you to do something and provide that position that you're using as World Peace Ambassador. Make sure you have concrete programs. Suggestions are not enough. Suggestions are simply an order. It's like you're saying, I'm going to buy a car, but you don't have a plan to do it. But if you have something, do it. Then come and say, my dear CEO, I have something here. How do you think this can help? I will quickly respond to you. But just shouting and saying ABCD, no, we are now building something which is disruptive, and we would love to see people who want to participate in building a disruptive company, not those ones who want to sit on the fence and they want to just shout and create comments. So I'm interested in people who are going to build a disruptive company, people who understand that Weownomy is totally different, and people who are ready to learn quick, very fast. You're going to be put on the board. But those ones who are acting in a traditional way, we are not going to really entertain those noises. We will simply pay you as you want to become a shareholder, but we need disruptive people. You have to have a disruptive mind, very creative, very quick, and move fast. And because the world needs to change, and we need people who are ready to understand, learn quickly, and be creative. So creativity is the most important part here. And that's what I'm demonstrating to you every moment. And I hope that point is very important, so that we really make sure that our shareholders understand that we're not just building something just to dish them out money. We're building something not only to help you, but also to help your loved ones and everyone across the African continent who would really want this, and everyone globally needs this. So we should look beyond our own pockets and make sure that this is a solution that is going to help thousands of people. I think that's very important to also pass through, so that when you're making your comments, make a comment as someone who is understanding the disruptive nature of the company. And that's very important. And clearly, when you want to deal with Weownomy, if you cannot understand how disruptive the company is, just look and learn. And then once you get to understand the pieces of the disruption cycle, then you can come and participate. And I've seen some very sharp shareholders who have disruptive mind, and they're very creative, and they're doing the best. I salute you, and I want all other shareholders to also have the mindset of creativity with a disruptive company. It's not a traditional company. Put it in your mind, okay? So we would like to take this further. Now, as I told you, this is a disruptive company. We are catching up. Most of these things you may not have learned at school, and now you're going to learn from, it's like a clean slate of paper, clean sheet of paper. You're learning everything from Weownomy, and that's very important. Now, we have a very unique topic here of ad exchange. So this is what has made Facebook a lot of money, and this is what generates money for the clicks, sharing, comments, and all that. So programmatic advertising is a new revolution in advertising, the internet advertising industry. And this is what is going to power the global referral platform and advertising. Many people have been wondering if we're saying that we're going to pay $60,000 to every individual, how we're going to get the money. So we have two ways of paying people. We have the share income auction plan, and we have our own advertising exchange. So advertising exchange, we have a team in Ukraine, very smart people. We have for example, different advertisement exchanges. Facebook has one, Google AdSense has one. And so if maybe just to show you a bit, like, you know, we need to educate you before you can go very far to understand what it is. I can go to Google and I'll shortly share with you what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so this is what Google has. Now, for example, if you're driving any kind of advertisement, any kind of content, let's say 2 million people have used, you can earn money from your website. So I want to give you an example. Let's say you have a region. I want to run my adverts in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and I'm interested. Let me say I'm interested in cars, vehicles, and I want to know how much you can earn. So monthly page views, 50 impression, Google is willing potentially to give you 3,336. Now you can begin to see how Weownomy is going to make money for you. This is serious. This is something that has made Google powerful. This is something that has made Alibaba. This is something that has Facebook making quite a lot of money. And this is what we want to bring back to you. And instead of only earning money through your share income program, you will now be able to earn money through our advertisement exchange. And so Weownomy is going to link up your global referral platform with our own advertisement exchange so that we can be able to pay you $200 for every person that comes through. And we can also be able to pay you $60,000. $60,000 per month is a contract that you're going to be able to sign with the company, and you can make as much as possible. We are opening it free for you. Now, having an advertisement exchange is very powerful, very serious, and it's something that makes you understand that there's trillions of dollars out there, but you're just limited with your creativity. You're just limited to understand what kind of platforms are out there, and having our own platform to be able to do that is very critical. So just before you guys are going to start to earn your share income arrangement, there's also going to be an advertisement income arrangement. And the way it's going to act is that every time the clicks, every time the postings, every time you do activities using Weownomychat before we go for the Weownomy global platform, you'll be paid through the share income program and through our advertising exchange. And we're gonna show you how that happens. So I thought before I explain our programmatic advertising program, I would like to show you something that you might want to know, because Google is known globally. And so I can go back and explain to you how Weownomy is going to handle this process. So our global referral platform, all activities clicking, all activities that are going to be working around our Weownomychat and later on the global platform will be powered by the advertising. So Facebook made $29.95 billion in net US advertisement revenue 2019. And as I told you, our advertisement revenue is all going to you guys. All our users, all our advertisers anyone who is going to be around Weownomy, we want to make sure we fulfill the meaning of we own our economy, Weownomy Advertisement Exchange. Now, no marketing, as you know, is complete if it does not include digital advertising. And Weownomy online advertisements, and now the main advertisement through Weownomy is just to market the brand, so that we offer you incentives to make sure we reward our Weownomy shareholders to reach a global audience target of 500 million users. So our whole game plan is to build a user base so that when we launch globally, at least we have a minimum of 500 million people. So this is totally different. And we are not building any pyramid scheme. We have just shown you that our clear revenue streams will come from the advertisement revenue and from our share income program, which you guys are beginning to understand. But now we're bringing in a very unique section of our advertisement revenue. And we're showing you that this is what Google, this is what Facebook is using. And that's why they're powerful. They get a lot of money through the advertisement revenue. And so we would like you to really know that we're also going to follow the same route. But the difference now is we are dishing the money to you. You're going to be the really people. For so long, the 1% people have been earning.
Dare Peter? Dare Peter? Can you hear me, Dare Peter?
Sorry about that. You know, when you have good news, sometimes things act up. Sorry.
Welcome, Dare. Please continue. You can share your screen again.
Yeah, sorry about that. When you have something good, disruptions are going to happen. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience. And the internet was acting up here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to explain to you how this advertisement exchange is going to happen, how it works, and how it led to me being given $7 million for just one press release. So it's very amazing how this works and how quickly I want to share with you this important opportunity. So this programmatic advertising can be considered as the revolution of internet automation of advertising. So we are going to discuss some of the concepts which are used. As I've told you that these things, many of you guys have never learned at school, but this is where the money is. Money is not at what you have been learning at school. What you have been learning at school keeps you out and not getting the jobs. And here, what you learn, you're able to get paid right away. So this is the automated advertisement purchase format. So we have the bidding system, which is also in there. And we have the real time, and this thing works very quickly, 500 milliseconds. What you see, if you're on Facebook, you may be maybe surfing something on Google, and then for some reason, when you just open Facebook, you see the same advert. You're like, damn, I saw this thing somewhere else, and then now it's appearing here. they use programmatic advertising to really make sure. So we're also going to use programmatic advertising to spread across the world quickly and let quite a number of people. So it can be done on the open marketplace. It can be done on the private marketplace. So that is very critical. And I would like to really explain to you some important concepts. I hope you will not get bored, because it's very important you understand what you're investing in and what it is. So the history of digital advertising evolution, considerably starting with the clickable ad banners, hit the internet in 1994. So with the release of Google AdWords in 2000, Google AdSense, which I've just shown you, it was in 2003, and Facebook ads was in 2007, So the digital advertising industry evolved by leaps and bounds. So tracking, optimizing, controlling an adverts became possible for all businesses. And let's make a flashback of how online ads were sold and bought before. Advertisers spent a lot of effort negotiating direct deals with each side separately. The process of advertising placement turned into a rather monotonous and time-consuming task. They could actually have 42 steps that were required to place advertisements on the right sources. So the first
Peter? This network is troublesome. Nare, please connect again.
Sorry, Econet today is kind of like acting up on my side. I don't know why, but let's hope the whole best of the good news reaches to you as fast as possible. So how the whole programmatic works, nowadays, it's considered to be automation advertising. It's so quick. Those adverts that pop up when you're reading or when you're on YouTube or something like that, that is programmatic advertising. And so they automate the buying and selling of online advertising. So we're going to automate the way our global referral platform works. So the company is going to help you quickly to make sure that you reach wider places, but you reach it in a very responsible way. We're going to use what they call context advertising, which does not violate quite a number of people globally, because if we're marketing Weownomy, we shouldn't market it as if we're bullying people. We should market it in a respectful way. And so that's very important. And so whatever I'm explaining works it's going to be like we have set up our own media marketplace where we are able to provide our information, and we're going to have other supplier networks who are interested in making sure that they take the message of Weownomy, and that is going to really help us globally to make sure
Nare, Peter?
Yes.
Yes, Nare. Your screen, I don't know, it's not showing. Please.
Okay.
Please. Yes, please.
Okay, let me. Oh, just because of that, or just for the moment. Thanks for sure. Thanks for letting me know. Is it okay now?
Yes, Nare, it's okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the whole concept is very technical, but I want to try to just make it very simple. We are now going to have our share income program. We're going to have our advertising program. It means we are going to help each of you as a shareholder to have your word out there. And this advertising platform, the demand side platform and the supply side platform, the management part of it, and the advertisement exchange is what is used to pay you for every different activities of clicking, sharing, and everything that you're going to do on our platform. So the supply side platform is a technology platform created for publishers to sell, manage, and optimize online advertisement. So like if now I'm like the way the $7 million press release, that was the supply. So the team that we are working with, who are publishing a press release, they use that to, to provide it, and then over 13,500 websites that we're able to see, and everyone who clicked, that's how we got that money. And that's how I want to show you, you'll also be able to get that money as well for marketing Weownomy. If you have your audio and we put it onto our advertising ecosystem, boom, you could earn yourself quite a lot of money. And we just sign up and make sure that your information is an inventory, and then we can be able to start to link it out and make sure that we have it out there using our data management platform and collect all the data and provide it in different ways. And so that's something unique. And so we have buyers who are interested in the technical platform. So what they will do is that they're able to spread it out. So with that said, we have just discussed about Weownomychat. You guys have been able to see, you're able to see the prototype. You now know that Weownomy is also going to launch a new advertisement exchange that will monetize all of the activities. And those activities mainly are meant to build more users, because those users will be for the lifetime of the project, like the users who are on Facebook. And so that's very important. And then we are also interested for you to know about our parent company AEX, which is finally going to list this month. And so I'd like to educate our people, because such kind of activities, like in Lesotho, there's never been any listing event of a company on a stock exchange. In South Africa, the environment is great. In Zimbabwe, sorry for that disruption. Again, I was just telling you that it's important. We also discuss, let me see if I've shared my screen again, so that we're on the same page. I was talking about listing our parent company, which is going to be on a Seychelles stock exchange. And I would like most of our shareholders, especially those ones who are in AEX, to understand that there's a difference between listing and payouts. So the company lists first, and then once you list, the transactions go on, and then the payouts follow. So what is happening this month is going to be a live listing program, which will be broadcasted on Zoom, and over 1.2 million gold custodial certificates that was successfully approved by the regulator. It was a very rigorous process to really have our prospectus registered, and it was registered on the 1st of April, and now we are in June. And so we are going to list 1.2 million gold custodial certificates. If I may just take you through the very first custodial certificate, I will, just a minute, I will just want to show you, it's better to educate you so that you understand what is a custodial certificate. Okay. All right, I'm just going to share it shortly. Just a moment so that you're able to see what I'm talking about. So in the meantime, there are 2 gold coins in South Africa. The very first one is the Krugerrand that has been there for quite some time. And I think for 67 years, to be precise. And ours is a new one and could be the second one. So I would like to share so that you can see what I talk about. So this is the Krugerrand custodial certificates. They are on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. I don't know how many of you in South Africa have ever known that the Krugerrand custodial certificates are over 2.6 million rand. Now, the ones of AEX, each one is 26,000 rand. That's what was approved. And they approved 1.2 million custodial certificates, which is 19 billion rand. And out of those custodial certificates, 19 billion rand, I think 1 or 2 billion rand is going to our valued shareholders. We're about to hit 800 shareholders for that. And the challenge is currently with our share program for the AEX is still at 10 cents, which is good. But again, after we list, it could drastically change our because of the custodial certificates. It means automatically most of our shares, especially for AEX, not Weownomy, will be kind of like affected because they will now have to reflect the custodial certificates price, which is 26,000 rand. Now, with showing you that one Krugerrand is 2.6 million, this is, we're opening your eyes. As I've told you that such kind of things you may not have learned at school, you may never be exposed. And most of the things that keep us in poverty is just because we don't know. You've never been exposed to them. You're exposed to one income of a salary, but now we're exposing you to what happens in the capital market in a very unique way. And you will appreciate that when we tell most of our shareholders why they will be able to earn quite a number, how they can be able to earn quite a great deal of money. Sometimes they think that maybe it's too good to be true. But I think now that you know that, I would like to take you back to a presentation and discuss a bit more about our expectations. So with the 1.2 million gold custodial certificates, this was a process that really took a lot of rigorous compliance, meaning that we had to make sure we provide our bankers, we have to make sure that we have our lawyers, we have to make sure as a public company we have external auditors, all of that, that we totally had to go through and make sure that we qualify for that important prospectus registration.
Yeah, that's almost like our stuff.
And that was clearly very important. And even to list a company on the stock exchange, it's critical that you really have to go through a rigorous process to just list. So most of the shareholders, again, who keep commenting, should know that just a company to list goes through a lot to really get it qualified. It's not just easy. So your beloved CEO knows what it is and what is required, and we handle it very professionally to really make sure that this process works very well. The AEX Gold Coin advertising, mainly Weownomy is going to participate in the listing. We would like most of the gold coins that will be produced to be converted into Weonions or Weons, social currency. It's going to be a social currency, which is a gold coin, something that will rival Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, because we know the cryptocurrencies have had quite a lot of challenge, especially with the regulators. And so AEX thought it very wise to deal in the space of regulated precious metals, and that's very important. We will also have the public, potentially some institutional investors who would like to work with us, and our bank FNB South Africa is also going to be part of our team to really participate with this listing, and that makes it easier to have the whole 19 billion rand in place, and a portion of that funds that goes to our shareholders, another portion which is owned by the company, will be able to invest it in building a unique facility, state-of-art technology that will produce diamonds, not by mining, but actually by having a facility that can produce it. And that's going to be a unique business model across the continent, starting with Lesotho. Because we have some new participants, potentially from other countries, who would also like to hear firsthand from the CEO about the Weownomy business model. Weownomy business model, as I've just told you, we are the first global social network that pays you to use it. And that means the two important factors that have built Google, that have built Facebook, mainly the advertisement exchanges that they have, and that's what they use for the news feed, for the advertisement companies that use the bigger network. So the bigger the numbers, it makes also that our advertisement exchange very powerful. So with every connection that we get from every of the user who joins the platform, that also is going to serve most of our global referral networkers. If your networker out there, you're just going to turn a billionaire in front of your eyes, because you are now not just doing it for the company, you are actually going to earn money for your own. For example, if you have an audio and we play it on our advertisement exchange, you're going to earn 60%. And the rest of us, we're going to share 40%. Like I can write good press releases. I take 60%, 40% I share with every user. So that's how it is. So, so if you have something creative, it means you're a creator. But again, even though you're a creator, you take a higher percentage, but you share with everyone. And a user who has nothing, you just on the platform for the first time, Weownomy is saying we're going to pay you for that as well, for interacting and participating with any kind of small participation that you make on the platform, connecting people, companies like never before. That's also another aspect. So companies that will also want to expand their customer base and stuff like that, when they come on a platform and they understand very well how a platform works, to really make sure that you serve the people that you are ownership constituency. It's very important. So you get paid to create and engage with the content on your terms. So part of it is that you do everything, you make sure you get a lot of money out of it. So own your own future. That's amazing. What kind of future would you like if you have a platform that pays you for using it? What would you like to build globally? So it's not just a social network, it is an income platform. And so that's very important. So earn money for the time you spend on Weownomy, an empire that pays users back. So that means instead of having the CEO being worth $100 billion as an individual, we can have that money split up. I can have at least $1 billion, but what should have been like $100 billion for me, we can share with all the different users globally, and this could save a lot of problems going forward. So that's our business model is very clear. Try to explain our business model and let people understand it. And I'm very happy some of interesting shareholders are beginning to do that. They're beginning to understand that. And that's amazing, amazing, amazing. We are building something that needs to help 195 countries, needs to help billions of people who are out there just waiting to hear this message. And definitely, it needs to put money in our pockets. So that's also very important. But before you think of money in your pocket, also think about what Weownomy is. You're not in Weownomy just because you want to make money, which is also a critical piece of it, but you're in to spread it to your loved ones, and your loved ones need to hear you articulate the same message clearly. They need to hear you explain it. And the better you explain it, the better they'll also explain it to others. But if you don't explain it appropriately, then how are they going to really understand what it is? Because we are now want something much more cleaner. People want to really get the whole message before you really tell them it's all about money. They want to understand what is this Weownomy is as it spreads. And so if it spreads with good, knowledgeable people who are able to explain it, that's good. But if it finds you only saying, I'm not being paid, just want to be paid, even when you're paid, you'll do nothing because you don't have any interest about the business model. You just have interest for the money. So please, we encourage you to read, watch these videos, get to understand the business model, and every process will just play successfully, and you're going to get the money because the money, we are showing you how the whole process of the business model works. And so it's very important for you to get to learn. And the more you learn, the more money you'll make, because now we are going to have not only the share income, we're also going to have the advertisement exchange that is going to pump money. That's another ATM money-making machine and the Weownomy ecosystems. It's very important for you. So absolutely, Weownomy is the future of advertising. What it means, as we've just gone through that, we're going to have our own version of an advertisement exchange that will be able to run all the clicks that you make, run all the activities that you do, put it on your dashboard, and make sure that you know how much you're going to be able to be paid. And so we have also a unique privacy compliance platform that will also be integrated with Weownomy, and that's also going to really help you. So Weownomy doesn't store any user data, so we will make sure that every information that comes from you, every content, anything that you really are working hard is monetized on your behalf, and then you can share with others. So we are co-owning the platform together, and we make money through advertising revenues. Advertising revenues are now also the share income kind of money that you can also be able to make. So by just using the Weownomy chat, it will really pull a lot of people, and it will really pay everyone. And that's amazing to really see quite a number of people who will co-own the platform, engage, and democratically see how they benefit. And remember, again, you are not dealing with a traditional company. You're dealing with a disruptive company. So if you see me announcing anything at any time, just say disruption time has arrived. Don't say, oh, you did not, you did not tell us, you should go step by step. This is disruption. The way you love to be much better, there are thousands of people who need Weownomy. So we can't waste time by you thinking that we should move on your space. So That's why we have set up 2 channels. Those shareholders who are ready to run with a disruptive company, and those shareholders who are passive, they would rather sit at home and just wait for their monthly payouts. So decide and understand if you're making any comment in the groups or with the new Weownomychat, are you making a comment as a disruptive individual, or you're still stuck in your traditional mindset? So that has to be very clear, and make sure you understand that a disruptive company will introduce things to you in a disruptive way. And you have also to expand that message in a disruptive way to thousands of people out there. So it's very important. And then you have the freedom to just sit and fold your arm as a passive investor, or you have the freedom to join the disruptive movement and participate as a networker. So we don't want that confusion again. And I've been watching it very cleanly, but I wanted to also share it with our shareholders so that they understand the meaning of disruption and the meaning of passivity. Sitting and just wait for your money, that's okay. Instead of commenting on anything which you may not understand, because the disruptive wave is more powerful. And so you need to decide, am I going to be a networker who is going to also go with the disruptive movement, or I just want to sit at home? So that's something very important for our shareholders. And when you're commenting from now on, comment with a disruptive mind. Comment understanding where Weownomy is going. Don't comment as if you're someone stuck in the traditional mindset, because we're not going to answer to your comments. So that's very important, our shareholders, to understand that. Now, the future of Weownomy advertising, as we've just told you, it's something very interesting. It's something that has been there, but we're trying to really put up something very unique for you. You get paid for just being on the site. Not only will you be able to earn from advertisement, but also by completing tasks and engaging in activities such as commenting and uploading pictures. And you'll be able to start with that, especially with Weownomychat. You'll be able to do that. Purchase products through advertising campaign. Every time you buy something from one of our advertisers using Weownomy payment system, which has 0% commission, they will pay us an affiliate fee, which goes towards running this whole show, as well as paying out co-ownership dividends to all of our members who help make it happen. So yeah, definitely, if our advertising revenue starts to increase very highly, we will request the shareholders that the share income now will just go away, and then you can now be able to wait for the dividends. But because we wanted you guys to test out the system, so a share income is different from dividends. So share income means you're simply selling out your shares. There's nothing else like dividends or anything, but we just wanted you to sell out something so that we can be able to earn something, so that you can also feel the ownership part of it, and also to relieve yourself with the current challenges, the current situations that are impacting you with the COVID situation. People don't have jobs and stuff like that, and we could quickly come through and make sure that you test it out. And that's what is happening with our pilot pay. And many people have been asking me about the pilot pay. It's simply just a smaller sample of how people are going to be impacted, and to show the rest that this is what's going to happen. And then generally the rest are also going to be paid. And the whole program has been communicated very well in my official letters. Get paid to share your life. Simply sign up, start sharing moments from your day-to-day life to earn coins that will get deposited into your account on a weekly basis. So you can earn gold coins. Okay, that's the purpose of listing our gold coins custody certificate. So that $19 billion, AEX has 30% ownership in Weownomy, United States company. So it is free. I've just been hearing people saying that we're using AEX. No, AEX is part of Weownomy. Weownomy is part of AEX. So that's all ecosystem that we're working together. And so the gold coins are going to be really arranged to make sure that they build a new ecosystem, and you will be able to see how those gold coins are also going to play a very big role in major capacity with my role as a Pan-African Peace Accord member. And so we want to really build a unique setup, disruptive, as I tell you. So you can trade or sell coins for goods or services. If you're not interested in collecting them, you can trade them with other users for things like clothes, coffee, tickets to concerts, anything under the sun. So our main currency will be the gold coins. And then those gold coins, if someone is in Brazil, he can convert those gold coins into their local currency, so that we want to deal with the inflation issues. If you're in other different countries, you can easily convert it, and Weownomy can help you in that and make sure. So Weownomy is a global advertising platform that pays its users to engage with advertisements. So that's also amazing. And so Weownomychat is going to really bring the Weownomy advertisement angle, and that is going to make the whole network spread fast, massive. You're just going to see this happen as we launch Weownomychat and as we launch our advertisement exchange. And those two are going to make your activities much more easier, and it's going to make your activities more legit because you have proof to show people how you make money. So we're not building any pyramid scheme. We're not paying one person to another. We have advertisers, our advertising exchange, and because of the uniqueness of making sure that we allow you to own it, everyone to own it, it's going to bring a lot of people across, and that's also going to bring a lot of advertisement revenue, and that advertisement revenue right away goes to your pocket because we own it together. That's very important. All right. Now, many people who are buying shares, they would really want to understand what is this share auctioning program? How does it work? And this is very clear that we started the whole program by introducing the ownership. And so Weownomy is giving our shares to build the platform globally. And to whom? It gives it to our users, who are the people who are going to use the platform. And why? It's because it's very important our users to have a global dynamic co-ownership of this platform. And it's also very important for our users to understand every different piece of arrangement of a disruptive. The biggest point that you should take today is that I am in a disruptive company. Just go and Google the word disruptive company, what it means. Once you understand that, then the thinking of your mindset should think like a disruptive, creative shareholder. If you're not willing to think as a disruptive, creative shareholder, you'd rather be a passive shareholder. You'll still make a lot of money, but would really miss your participation in building a disruptive company, because as it grows, people will still come to you to ask you questions, and they really want to understand, why did you join Weownomy? What does it mean? How can I be part of it? Don't be rude, be creative. Make that person feel the passion of how you felt it to join the company. Don't confuse people who want to come. Let them learn through you. And how do they learn? Is by you taking an initiative to understand the company, to learn as much information that we share with you. You will come out very intelligent, and we will also love your experience as you build this company. So back to the auction arrangement. So applying shares in the auction is different than applying shares in IPO. IPO means when you're listing. So they're different companies, they do it differently. And why are we taking the auction process? The auction process is when you're listing a company, like the way we're listing AEX, the whole process is different. And the whole process of the AEX custodian certificates is expensive. And you could see that we're putting up certificates which are 26,000 Rand. And I don't think many shareholders could really buy our certificates on the stock exchange at 26,000. Why are we having so many people coming to Weownomy with 1,000 Rand? Because And we want to maintain that 1,000 Rand for as long as we can. Why? Because our game plan is to allow everyone to become a shareholder inexpensively. We wouldn't like to only have fewer shareholders if we really want to build a user-owned platform that will pay you for using it. And like now the shares of Facebook is over $300. And so not so many people can really buy it. So there are different arrangements to allow people to buy fractional shares and stuff like that. But for us, we want everyone to have a unique part of it. So what an auction does is we allow shareholders to buy our shares on an auction on a lowest entry, not on the highest entry. So we don't want the highest bidder. You're allowed to take on the lowest entry, so that makes it much more easier for you to buy our shares. And now they're at 72.48. That is our lowest entry. So if we can put three prices, 72.48, which is our fixed $5 up to around $15. But most of the users globally will want to buy it at a cheaper price. And initially, we would like the whole continent of Africa at least to get it at 1,000 Rand, the minimum entry. Those ones who can get it at 10,000, fine. We also have other classes. We will also be introducing the Diamond Weownomychat class shares very shortly. And so the way it's done, the monitoring part of the auction is that we decide the price and quantity to purchase. So right now we have 8 million shares, that is for Class B. And quickly, we're going to see how many Class C do we have so that we can put them on board, because it's also going to be auctioned in the same month. And try and make sure that every month we are able to balance as we sell out and make you guys earn money. We want the same experience that you have to also go to the same experience should also go to the new potential investors who are coming through to really participate. So that's why some of our groups have been open to allow people to learn and understand. I'm talking about the WhatsApp group. Those some of the individuals who have been participating in those groups with different kind of thinking. But again, it's a new concept, so we would really be patient with people and let them understand what it is and that this is for you, and we would like you to learn and understand this, and hopefully they can also be able to listen to these videos and better understand that. So in an auction, Weownomy is the issue manager, so that's why we take all of your shares, put them together, and then try and have them out there, auction them on your behalf. And the people we auction them, we want to make sure that those are the people who like also to participate in the platform. So we have online brokerages globally of retail investors who are in US, Europe. These are all potential investors who like to come on the platform, and they do have a little bit of money more than what you guys bought the shares for, so they're willing to buy the shares at the auction price of 72.48 Rand, which is $5. So the auction payment, normally what they do, the account number of the United States is provided, and so those people can make the deposit directly in the United States. As for now, many people, we know people cannot be able to do wire transfers. Many cannot even engage with PayPal to do the transfers directly to United States companies. So we try to help them out and make sure that probably we can use one account in Lesotho, our parent, one of our companies affiliated with Weownomy, and also in South Africa, AEX, which is directly has ownership in Weownomy. So we are using our AEX account to allow quite a number of people to use. But otherwise, it could have been very, very challenging for many people to actually have them wire 1,000 Rand, a process which again would be very challenging for them. And so it's critical. Now, the auction time period. Now, the Weownomy monthly auction process will be continuing with SADC Exchange. We'll also now introduce SADC Exchange to provide liquidity to make sure that there's quite a number of people who really trust the auction process. So many people who are interested with the auction process. So the first auction process, private, But going forward, all the auction process will be linked with the stock exchange, and that will really bring in quite a number of people. So the auction time period is one of the first steps whereby we really put everything to understand if we put out a certain number of shares, how long, and what is happening here. We are not just selling shares for 1 month, we're trying to sell all the shares for the whole year, and then we just have those amounts set out. So Weownomy is also setting out a trust account in South Africa so that we can easily use that trust account to disperse those funds. And most likely those funds will be linked with your own Weownomy virtual card, which is being worked out with our partners who are tirelessly working behind the scenes. And why we needed a virtual card is because it's easier and quicker. And then later on, we can establish the prepaid cards, MasterCard, Visa cards, so that all our shareholders can easily have their money. And because we intend to have different shareholders all over the, or globally, in particular Africa. So we wanted to make sure the streamlining of the payment arrangement works very well. So it's critical for our shareholders to understand that as we build a disruptive company, we are also still building it quickly, and we're building all the phases, including the money payment system, including the digital bank. Successfully, we were able to get the license agreement signed, and so that's amazing. Issue manager, it means the company, Weownomy is the issue manager. We deal with all the auction. We know how many shareholders, and on the 16th, I'll be able to issue the congratulatory letters. And so the congratulatory letters means you first get a congratulatory letter, and then the platform is going to be open so that you can see where your shares are and how the shares arrangement sellout was done. And then going forward, if you want to see everything, you can see, because there are 3 ways. You can have a private auction, you can have a sealed one, we can have an open one. But I think it's very important for shareholders to really see what it is. So the platform will be live before the 18th. You guys can be able to see all that information. As I told you again, you're dealing with a disruptive company. So most of the time, just wait and listen. You learn a lot by listening than running a lot, talking too much. So you learn a lot by listening and waiting, because we're doing so much behind the scenes. And so sometimes I may not even comment on your comments because they're not disruptive. I only comment on people who are disruptive. So people who are not disruptive, I don't bother, because I really want to comment on people who are disruptive, and that's where I put my focus. Place to purchase and submit auction, so that we placed 18 million, and so our team is doing very well, and so that is something very interesting. The guys who really believe in our vision, and for them to give us their auction system is amazing. You simply don't get people who really turn around and say they're very happy to work with you. All right, number of auction shares, 8 million, minimum price and quantity. So minimum price is 72, and then the deposit money goes to Weownomy US bank account, and then Weownomy US bank account will link all that money directly through the virtual cards. And so that's how the process of the payments will be done. And then from there, you can link your own virtual cards with your local banks to have your money. So that's also going to be like that. As you're aware, we announced on Lesotho Times a new kind of joint venture, very serious, very unique, and very disruptive. And most of you should understand that whatever we get involved in, we get involved in a disruptive approach. The diamonds of Lesotho have been around. I'm very passionate of this country. I've been here for more than 8 years, and I'm wondering why many countries that have had minerals, they have not been able to really be successful. But most likely it's because of the different pieces that we're putting up together. First of all, most of African people have never known how to use the capital markets, which are very critical. Secondly, most of African countries, when they got independence, they only got independence for political freedom. They did not get independence for economic freedom. And that's what has taken us up. How could that be explained with all the minerals that we have across the continent? And we still are not really able to be sustainable. And so my role being on the World Peace body, and as a World Peace Ambassador, I look at very critically different development arrangements and understand that my role on sitting on the Pan-African Peace Accords also kind of like triggered my interest to see how can Basotho Diamonds, Weownomychat Diamonds. So we reached out to a company called Hololo Kimberlite Pty Limited. I was very much interested in this company. I read about it so much. The local Basotho who had to go to
Peter. Okay, let me just reach out to Ndade Peter. It's like he is cut from the meeting. Let me just make him aware so we can connect again. Please let's be patient with him. Maybe it's a problem with the network, but we are almost done. Let me just call him. Thank you.
So sorry. I don't have a very good connection with Econet. It keeps on cutting, but I hope I've really done a good job. Let me just try and make sure we finish up, and then we have some good questions going forward. So I was actually talking about our new unincorporated joint venture, and so I wanted to explain the disruptive nature of what we're involved in with this particular company. So I was just giving a clear background of this company. This company has been in the courts. They have really struggled. I was very passionate with their struggle, what went through the courts. And I've also seen that 70% of the companies that in the diamond industry in Lesotho, foreign companies, just to be precise, and Lesotho have never benefited from anything. So we were like, okay, how about we get to partner with a company which is purely Lesotho based, no strings attached with any foreign companies, and then bring our expertise, bring all that we can do for this company. So what we decided when we talk of an incorporated joint venture, this company is a private company. So we're not interested in any of their share program, but what we told them that we are bringing that kind of unique partnership with us. And so that unique partnership is called the Public Capital Ownership Plan, which is we are interested so much to see that the diamond industry in Lesotho changes, and the diamond industry across the African continent can also be seen through the diamond industry in Lesotho. Secondly, they were given a prospecting license. And so as much as we're going to get involved in a small scale kind of prospecting, but mostly is that we're going to produce diamonds above the ground. What that means, we are not going to mine diamonds. We'll produce diamonds using the state-of-art technology in the labs. I did share the video, and I'm also going to share the video again so that you guys can be able to understand what it is. So we understand, I looked at all the documentations with the foreign exchange income that the country has been receiving, Lesotho, and we can come in with a game changer, $3.8 billion. So that's from $3.8 billion, so the government or the Lesotho as a nation can be able to have a good sizable foreign exchange income, and every household in Lesotho can be able to earn. So we arranged a 51% interest in the mine project, not as shareholding, but based on the technology we're bringing on board, especially the state-of-art technology that can be able to grow diamonds in Lesotho to generate foreign exchange. And we're talking over 3 million carats, which can generate $3.8 billion. And Weownomychat share income program will be able to empower every household in Lesotho, which can come with 1,000 rand. And now that program will be mainly for Lesotho diamond shares. So that's a share program that we're going to be able to open up for Lesotho to be able to benefit from that. And we have a team in the United States that we're partnering. They were only waiting for this joint venture, and then they can be able to bring the facilities on down here. They're charging the facilities, the contract for the facilities, $10 million. And 70% of US consumers are now interested in diamonds that are produced, not conflict-free diamonds, to be precise. Globally, they're very, very sensitive. And so we have a huge market once we start that in Lesotho. And we can be able to establish the facility within 6 months and have it operational and get it started to produce the rough diamonds directly in the labs, and can be able to show you. So Lesotho have a chance to mine the diamonds without mining them in the natural way, though we will also have a limited scale because we want to do away with any kind of environmental problems and stuff like that. And we want to be able to go right away in the market and produce the 3 million carats. So we are involved with this particular company to really make sure that we go through using the gold coin custodial certificates and make sure that we can fund the setup of this unique state-of-art technology in Lesotho, the first of its nature across the African continent. And this program is going to be under the Pan-African Peace Accords. So we will also be invited with the Pan-African Peace Accords. I'll talk about it, which is amazing, which also has quite a lot of opportunities for our shareholders. Our shareholders are just going to be very filter rich. We want to make sure that all our shareholders can walk around Africa doing the good work. So that's why I'm encouraging you to really listen, to really learn, so that when we post you in different African countries, you know what you're talking about. So, and I'm talking of disruptive, creative shareholders. I'm not talking of passive shareholders who all the time talk about money, money. I'm talking of disruptive, creative shareholders. You guys are going to go across the continent, all over the world. You are needed because you have a very wonderful solution. So 19 billion rand, we could spend over R1 billion out of 19 billion rand to make sure that the diamond arrangement in Lesotho. We are also working on another amazing project, breakthrough in Lesotho, that will amaze you guys. You know, we're talking of disruption, and where anytime you hear about Weownomy is going to disrupt quite a lot of things across the African continent. And so pay attention if you want to be a disruptive shareholder. But the one who want to be a passive shareholder, just pay attention to only earning money. That's fine with you. We have no problem with that. And okay. So this is an example of a rough diamond from the labs. And this is what could be produced, and then it's polished. By the way, this particular company, we're going to have a company called Weownomy Basotho Diamond set up in Belgium. We're going to have our own polishing kind of company there, so that we can be able to have a wonderful supply chain and selling at gold diamond industry there. We'll also be able to use the special economic zone at the airport, Oliver Tambo in South Africa, which will also be involved in that. So we are disruptive, and we're disruptive for the benefit of you as we go forward. So this is an example of how the facility will look like, the ones which are going to produce the diamonds in Lesotho. So we could be able to do that and produce over 5 million carats, 3 million carats, without damaging the environment, and making a lot of money for the country, making a lot of money for Basotho, and also sourcing other countries in Africa who would like to come and have them, the diamonds produced in the lab. They can come and give the contracts to us. So it's amazing what will come out, and it's happening, as I always tell you. So this is part of the technology, highly confidential, and we're dealing. So the whole facility that is involved in producing, diamonds which are mined above the ground. So when we say mining above the ground, it means we are in the lab. But you can see the facilities of the lab, how it is, and that's how the whole facility is going to be. Now, we come to the Pan-African Peace Accord. This is amazing. This is going to be the body that will build a peaceful solution to African economies and sustainable peace. Now, our shareholders are going to be involved not only to change their personal income lives, but such a project like this one, Weownomy Basotho Diamond, is an example of what the Pan-African Peace Accord. So that's my first project that I'm introducing to the Pan-African Peace Accord. And I believe it will create sustainable peace. Sustainable peace means personal income lives. So when people have good money, the peace will reign, no crimes, people will be happy. But when people don't have money, challenges happen. You cannot have dinner, you cannot be able to pay for a kid, you cannot have happy families. And we are trying to, the Pan-African Peace Accord is trying to look at peaceful solutions, potential solutions for building, for peaceful building. And what that means, we have structured peaceful financing tools that can deal with the scale of economic activity. So we come to a country and look at that country and say, what can be a major activity economically that can really change Basotho, and that's diamond. How can we assemble those assets? What is the risk profile of the business activities? So the risk profile of business activities in Lesotho is mainly that most of these businesses do not have ownership of Basotho in a way that rewards Basotho to become productive. So most of these businesses take away money out of the country, and in a way the governments struggle so much, and I've seen so much challenges where the governments really don't get any shareholding, kind of like benefit from any of the different companies that come through. Look at the textile companies, they've not really empowered. Kind of like a lot of people are really struggling in that area. And so what we look at and we say, if we can set up a unique peaceful financing tool, for example, like what kind of partnership we have with Hololo Kimberlite, and then we can allow every household at least to have 11,587 rand. What kind of impact could that money do? Amazing, amazing, because that will change the economy drastically, because every household at least have. So if you have 500,000 households with a diamond share program under Weownomy, and that is listed on a stock exchange, or that is also auctioned on a stock exchange, we could literally see poverty disappear in this country. So that is our objective as a Pan-African Peace Accord, where I sit as a World Peace Ambassador. And we are going to go to different African countries. We are now focusing on Chad, South Sudan, where they have a lot of resources. But I wanted to also include Lesotho for the purposes that I can be able to use Lesotho as a case study and be able to show them exactly what we are doing in Lesotho, and how important that can also be a solution to other African countries. And I hope now you understand why we really have Weownomy, Basotho, an incorporated diamond venture. And that is, clearly to say, Basotho or African can solve their own problems, but Africans also need the global community, but we have to be smart enough to know how to involve the global community. This time, instead of us sitting just besides and them doing everything, we can also sit and be able to propose ideas. Now, under the Pan-African Peace Accord, we also have what we call the Peace Bond Program. Peace Bond Program is mainly for countries which are in war, and it's intended to offer loans to businesses at low interest with payments which are deferred until they are able to be stabilized, because we believe these countries, they will not just have to wait for the war to get finished, but at least we can be able to have some kind of arrangement that can pull out all these youth who are involved in very destructive war activities, and allow them to get back to work, and allow them to also participate, and make sure that they can participate in a way which is beneficial. And Weownomy is going as far as trying to set up, to launch a new gold coin to save lives. So Weownomy social currency will also launch a new gold coin in partnership with AEX, which will be a social currency with the objective of solving many of the economic problems that are currently faced by developing countries. And the key to this goal is a new social currency for a new Weownomy social network platform. So this pilot gold coin program is also designed to provide African countries with a peaceful financing tool and increase foreign exchange, as well as alleviate poverty in these nations through Weon gold coins. Now, in Lesotho, we're going to, instead of the gold coin, we're going to use the diamond as one of our programs. And so we'll also have Weownomy diamond share program, and that we know with the diamonds that will be produced in the lab. And I've just shown you how that's going to happen. I'll be able to just play a small video before we close. And it's very interesting, all that we've lined up, and knowing that African economies have been torn apart by war and poverty. If any African country is not affected by war, it's affected by poverty. So the Pan-African Peace Accord comes in, and I'm sitting on the high table, and sitting on the high table together with the billionaires, together with all these important African dignitaries, at the same time also as your CEO in Weownomy, as your CEO in AEX. So we have all wonderful solutions. So, and I want to encourage our shareholders to know that how much you're excited. You should not only be just excited of how much you're going to get out of poverty, but you should also be excited on making sure that you can also reach out to other countries in Africa. And I'll be able to assign many different shareholders in different African countries, those ones who have a disruptive mind, but those ones who are interested in just, having a passive income, we will not be able to work with them around, but we'll be able to work with those ones who are creative, very disruptive, and we can assign you across the continent to do a good work, because that's what I've been requested, to look for very smart people who can really help to solve the African problems in a very unique way. And we're giving all the tools, the peaceful financing tools start with you. Whatever you're getting is part of the peaceful financing tools that we're setting up for you, and we hope you loved it. So we have this new logo, Pan-Africa Peace Accords. I designed that logo for the whole continent. And so this is also going to be a memorable brand, because we can have a successful continent if the continent is not peaceful. So that's the whole arrangement. And here it talks about the Weownomychat diamond footage. It talks about the state-of-the-art technology to grow sustainable diamonds above the ground in a facility that will be set up in Lesotho within 6 months to start operations in Lesotho. And the reason we had to partner with a local prospecting company so that it can be easier for us to set up that facility. We will be meeting the mining commissioner, do a presentation like this one, and then make sure that we see how we can move this project quickly, and then be able to set up 3 million carats through the lab for an annual $3.8 billion. We already have a market with our partners globally. And so for them, they just want to make sure that they bring the facility, and then we can have Lesotho trained to set that up. And then immediately we're going to launch the Weownomychat shares income for diamonds. So that one will be mainly for over 500,000 Lesotho to benefit from the portion from the $3.8 billion. So that at least every household in Lesotho, starting with 500,000 households, they can be able to have a minimum of 11,597, a maximum of 60,884. That's how disruptive we are, and that's how important it is. I would like to go and show that video again. I think it's very important. If can show the video. I'd like for you again to watch the video. It does not have any sound, so I don't mind about it. So this is the state-of-the-art facility that will be brought to Lesotho. That will be the one we're going to use to produce 3 million carats. At the same time, we'll be doing limited prospecting activities for the national mining, but we'll concentrate so much our efforts to grow the conflict-free diamond. So it means not only will the new Weownomychat Lesotho Diamond share program help them, but it will also help the Class C. It will also help the Weownomychat Class B program. They will also qualify to also get the Weownomychat Lesotho Diamond arrangement. So that means anyone in Africa who is a shareholder in Weownomychat will also be able to participate in this unique disruptive program. And this program is mainly to empower and to make sure that we can change the foreign exchange income. So we will be going in different African countries and look at different economic activities in those countries and see exactly how we can help them out. And that's part of it. So as a social income platform, the platform will also be very much working in partnership with the Pan-African Peace Accords to make sure that we are providing important peaceful financing tools. So that's also a new one. It's never taught in school, so you're getting to hear about it from Weownomychat. Peaceful financing tools, it could quickly change the continent. So if we go to any African country, we work creatively, without affecting any political establishment, but we are working to make sure that we can change that paradigm shift to really make sure that what can we tie around the needs of the people with a particular project in every different country, and we can do it in a disruptive way to make sure that everyone benefits in that country. So if you had not had an opportunity to read the news, we talked more in detail in Lesotho Times. We have an electronic copy for any of the new shareholders who will need it. You can always get it. We can always avail it to you so that you understand what this is all about. It's critically a wonderful way to make sure that Africa can also have solutions. And we are using the Pan-African Peace Accord to make sure that we build the continent and to make sure we help all the different communities in those different African continents. And we can be able to establish peace through using peaceful financing tools that can be able to put financing back, personal income back to people. In that way, they will stop using the guns, and now we can have a good life. We can have a very progressive continent, one of the best continents in the world, instead of one of the backward continents that people always refer us to. So I'm very happy I've come towards the close of the presentation, and I hope what you get out of this presentation, ask yourself, am I a disruptive, creative shareholder, or am I a passive shareholder who is only interested in getting money? So those are the two things. We all like them, but the passive, the disruptive creative shareholder is very important, because you are the person who's going to change your communities, your country, the whole of the African continent. The passive one, you're only in there for your own personal income life, which is fine. And so we give each one of them the freedom to be able to choose, but would love as many of you to become creative, disruptive shareholders. Remember that, and that's what I am doing as your leader, and that's what I would like you to emulate, and then also do that. If we can have everyone become a disruptive, creative shareholder, then that is going to make the continent much better. That is going to make the world much better, because times are becoming tough, and we need people who are creative, disruptive, and people who need to make the world a better place. And I think that's very important for you and I to really recognize that. And that's the only way we can gonna make our continent much better, because our continent has been backward for so many years, because we don't have creative, disruptive thinkers. We have people who are complaining, and people who do not want to set up solutions, but they're thinking someone else should set up solutions for them while they're folding their hands. So we would like you to also take up the step and participate in this important project. And that's what we're doing. So everything you will be seeing through the Weonomy, from Weownomychat, from everything that we show you, is disruptive, and it's required, because success, like one shareholder told me, needs speed. And that's what we are doing, because that speed is going to save a lot of people. And that speed, we need you to also embrace it as a movement, and to make sure that we can help a lot of people. Thank you very much. And as I conclude with, so that we can see if you have any of those questions with you. Okay. I can run that final slide. Okay, I've just shown you the Weonomy web prototype. That one is going to be completed and ready for December, and then the full bid launch in May. And Weonomy, Weonions, or Weons social currency will be very unique, by the way. We would like to really compete with Bitcoin that's out there, but we're using a regulated gold coin. That's what we really want to make sure that we can launch a large platform on the planet that can serve millions of people, starting with the African partnership with Pan-African Peace Accord. And we have just explained very importantly that Weownomychat will be the first global social network that pays you to use it. Shareholders in AEX qualified for Weownomychat as Class B shareholders, and then we also introduced Class C shareholding plan, which involves a share income. Share income is simply what you sell out from a portion of the shares that you give it. I've got quite a lot of questions. Maybe I'll be happy to answer some of them. And I think for now, our presentation is complete, and I would love to hear any of the questions out there, and we'll see how we can proceed. But I'm very excited, and I hope you guys from now on are going to ask questions like creative, disruptive shareholders, who you should be, because you are in a disruptive company which needs to change the continent, which is also going to change the world in a very simple way and in a very impactful way. And that daily table I've just finished, and I hope let's hear any comments that you have.
Yes, Nade Peter. Thank you very much, Nade, for the wonderful presentation that you have just taken us through. And I think it has enlightened our shareholders that what we are actually building, we are not just building one application, but we're actually talking about an ecosystem. If you look at giants like Google, like we're saying, they have their own apps, in everything. They have this one, they have that one, and that one. So actually, Weownomychat, it's following the similar structure. We'll have all the interconnected apps, so that we don't depend on anybody for anything. Because actually, we want to build to cover the entire continent. So we don't want to be limited by the rules of somebody. So this is indeed that wonderful, and I think I have allowed the shareholders to unmute themselves. So I can see we have a hand. Please ask your question, and then we can now. I'll also go through the questions from the chat, and then we can answer them. Okay. Can you please ask your question?
Yes,
yes,
thank you very much. I wasn't sure if I'm the one lifting up the hand alone, but Mr. Peter, thank you very much for the presentation. This is Mlu Mafuna speaking from South Africa. Like I said, thank you for the presentation. I think it's my first time to hear of such a concept in all other businesses that I've done. My interest now is, one, I wonder if the presentation can be shared. Unfortunately, I got the presentation halfway, but it's very intriguing from what I've heard so far. I wonder if the presentation can be shared. Then number two, is there a way of visiting the office in as you were presenting? I quickly went out, actually not to leaving the Zoom session, but rather going through the website, Googling and checking. I saw the address in Fenton. Is there a way of visiting the office there, or rather you still busy setting up the stuff there?
What is happening? We have an office for AEX, which is in Joburg, but for Weownomychat, that one is in United States. So what happens with Weownomychat, we are mainly, online presence, and that's why we're having this Zoom. but we have a team that definitely will be joining in the United States to operate the office. And those are some of our shareholders who will be joining in the United States. But for now, we have one in South Africa, whereby it's mainly for AEX. And so in Lesotho, every activity that we do, we have been handling it on WhatsApp and stuff. But now we're going to transfer everything on Weownomychat. And so because, again, of the COVID issue, which is very sensitive, so we thought it much better to have everything, all of activities online best. And so that's what is happening. And the other question, yes, absolutely. All of our Zoom presentations are available. Even this one is going to be available on YouTube. It's also been recorded. So if you are in the group, but if this is your first time, if you just go and you type Weownomy Global on YouTube, you'll definitely be able to see the whole presentation. So definitely you're not missing anything. And I'm very happy, you're very excited with the concept. And I hope you are a disruptive shareholder, not a passive shareholder.
Thank you very much, sir.
Evening, Mr. Peter.
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm super blessed. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm Nomsisi from South Africa.
Yeah.
I listened from the presentation from A to Z, but
Absolutely.
there is a lot of information that is so important. And from each and every slide, you were emphasizing a disruptive shareholder. For you to be a disruptive shareholder, to me, it was like these concepts need to be spread all over the continent so that we can be able to gain numbers. Now, because of the information that was too much, I think I want to be part of disruptive shareholders, but I'm not sure if now when I share this important information, can it be a way whereby this information for me to share to other people can be summarized in a way that it can be easy for someone to understand the Weownomy global whatever or shares, but in a simpler way, whereby we know that we are attacking the important points for people to come in, because from my understanding, this information or this Weownomy must be, it's needed, it's a need. In fact, for each and every household, each and every person to be part of it. But we know that knowledge is power. How can it be simplified for us to understand so that we can share it? Not leaving the important points and not giving people distorted information. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. I salute you. You're actually a disruptive shareholder. I can see just the enthusiasm you have and how you're explaining already. I'm very happy. I think there are some potential shareholders who are also disruptive who came up with an information pack. We will be able to contact them, and we can also work as a team to really simplify this information, try and put it in a very simpler way, simple and clear, and then be able to share it with you. I think that's also another way to really spread this information out there.
Yeah. Yes, Peter.
Yes, Nadeltaberi, can you take
Yes, on that, I think we talked about this earlier today to say we try to make, about 15 to 20 minutes clips that try to put the summarized business model, trying to put it in there in about 15 or 20 minutes. we will try to, to summarize the whole thing so that even if you share it with somebody, they can watch in a space of about 10 to 15 minutes. Then they will have an idea of what the company is, the business model, the products, how the money is made, the shares that are offered, and all that. So I think even the IT team will make an effort to try, even if it can be multiple clips, but we'll try to summarize the presentation to make sure that we cover the important aspects that has been covered in different meetings, so that at the end, people who want to pass this good news to others can easily do so with a clear understanding of what the company is and where we are heading to. So I think we will work on that very soon. Maybe by the end of next week, we'll have something that we can share with our customers. We'll put it on YouTube. We'll share that through our WhatsApp groups, even on the website. We'll try to embed those videos to make sure that people can really grasp the business concept in a space of maybe 10 to even maybe up to 30 minutes. We can try to cover almost all the important aspects.
Oh, thank you for that information. But I just also want to ask, is there any possibility, or is it allowed for that information to be explained or to be summarized in different languages? Because our presenter today has also said that's why they've got this amount of 1,000 rands, so that everyone can be able to be part of this. Now, I'm thinking that number one, not everyone has got a way of attending our Zoom meetings and the YouTubes, but people, we know in different countries, we market things in different ways. We also use different languages. Can it be also be summarized? Let's, for example, I'm a Xhosa speaking person, but I can speak Xhosa, I can speak Sotho, but there are people that I know that maybe they can have interest, but they want it to be in their own language. Can it be also explained in ordinary languages, African languages, let me say that?
Yes, on that one, if we are working together, I appreciate the point, because even here in Lesotho, some people were saying, the presentation we need to, somehow summarize them in our own language, so that even those people who are not conversant with English can actually have an idea of what we are doing. So even for the other African languages, I think it is possible. It is still allowed. Maybe after we made the presentation, maybe the IT team can actually do that, and then we will allow other people to make the presentation in their own languages. And then in doing so, maybe you can share with us before you take it out to other people, so we can have other people who can actually listen to it and make sure that at the time when you pass it to your people, to those maybe who are not conversant with English, then they can be able to actually understand the business the way we intend to put it to them. So I think that one we can do it as a team. We can do it in English, and then we'll do the Lesotho version and the other languages, so that we can be able to. We will also make the video clips together with the audio, because some people cannot, even to download a video of maybe 50 megabytes or so can be a problem, but also the audios can even be shared faster and portray the business. So I think that one we do accept it, and we'll make sure that we get people who can help us, those who can volunteer to say, I can make this presentation in this language. They will come forward, and then we'll work together to make this whole thing a success.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ntatele Tabele and Tate Peter and everyone. Basically, this is not just a question, it's just a comment and encouragement. We're really grateful, Ntate Peter, your family, the team that you're working with, Ntatele Tabele. Thank you so much for your prompt responses. You're always there for us. Ntate Peter, thank you so much for each hard work, all efforts put even at the background. Thank you for each milestone that you have achieved at this stage. So we can't wait now to migrate from WhatsApp to Weownomychat platform. We are looking forward to that. It's just an encouragement to say we appreciate everything that you and your team together with your family that you are doing for the entire continent. We really appreciate, and you have our back, you have our full support. We're gonna be destructive. Thank you so much.
Wow, you have made my day. Thank you so much for your appreciation. It really takes a lot, working together with our IT team, getting all those calls, reading through over 500 messages, and really making sure that we build a wonderful, disruptive global social income platform. We're very much there to, we really appreciate. Thank you so much equally for your efforts, what you do, because without your efforts, without your investment, again, we can be able to really make the best that we really want to do across the continent. So it's not us alone, but it's also you and every individual investor who is here. And we're thanking every one of you. And I hope now every investor knows that being disruptive is the way to go, and really making sure that we are not just building a local company, we are building something totally unique globally. And I'm very happy for you guys. You really made a difference by being part of the Weownomychat family.
Okay, Matite. We had a hand up. Okay, let me just go through the charts that they Peter while we await questions.
Yes.
Tite can ask a question while we go through the charts here.
Good evening, Tate Letebele and Tate Peter, and everybody else who's listening. Sure, I don't know if I wasn't part of this from the beginning, if I would believe anything that I have heard today. This is quite something. And I want to believe in my heart of hearts that if I wasn't part of it from the beginning, I wouldn't even take a glance at it. But the fact that you keep us informed all the time, every time, that is keeping us on our toes. And we don't have a choice but to become disruptive shareholders. It's not a choice, it's not even an option. That is a necessity. Otherwise, we're going to fall behind and we are not going to understand what we're up against. And on behalf of Africa, we are very, very honored to have brains like yours, the whole team. Keep it up and keep us informed, and we'll do our best on this side just to cheer you up and to try and put our minds in the right gear so that we become part of this together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. And I can really see the spirit of having disruptive shareholders. It's very important. By the way, we have never had really the concept of having disruptive shareholders across the continent or even globally. Most of the shareholders have just been told, just sit around and just wait for the company to work for you and you get the dividends and stuff like that. But having you on board and making sure that we keep all the time, talking to you, sharing all this kind of information. And the reason why I've really introduced the idea of having our shareholders take up the concept of being disruptive is because we really want them to know that what has happened in Africa totally needs speed. And so without really getting ourselves focused and making sure that we can move as fast as possible, and we can't do it alone, we really need you guys to also get on board. And if you really take that spirit in you to become a disruptive shareholder, you are going to become very powerful. You're going to change quite a lot. Your thinking, your way of doing things, even the way you're going to make money will change because of your way of thinking. You'll have a much better focus, perspective, and a very clear way of how you do things. Don't fear. Make sure that all the time you think, and every time you think something and it kind of creates a lot of misunderstanding with people, just know you're in the right track, and that's where you need to focus, and that's the most important thing. And I think we're breaking away from the dogmatic kind of traditional thinking, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, that Peter. I'm going through the charts here, and
Yes.
many of I can say the questions or comments people are taking this platform to raise, the concerns from the system. I'm thinking if you will allow that the IT team can organize, maybe let's say every Friday, we can have maybe a 30 minutes to an hour Zoom meeting, whereby because we on a daily basis we are dealing with concerns from people, asking questions about the referral links, maybe others asking about their using the platform, logging in, failing to log in, and all that. So I'm thinking maybe we can make maybe a fortnight kind of presentation, to say every 2 weeks there will be a session where if we say in this week we are only talking about referral, all the networkers, people who have problems using the referral platform, should attend that, even those that are interested. Then maybe on the next presentation, then we focus on, say, Class B portal, go through it, address all the challenges that we have picked. And then maybe the other weekend, now we focus on Class C. And then the other one, maybe we try to explain the business concept and that. So if maybe we can make that one frequent to accommodate the incoming shareholders, to make sure that, because now we spend a lot of time answering the same question that we answer. Well, you'll be asked the same question by over 50 people. And now you have to reply to each and every one of them to say, now that one, you can do it this way. So I think maybe if we can have, the regular presentations like this one, whereby we're saying we are not presenting a certain application, but if we are focusing on a referral platform, we talk about it, we address all the concerns that are coming through. And then maybe the other week, we talk about the Class B portal. The other one, we talk about the Class C. Just like that. I don't know if maybe the shareholders can, appreciate that. But I think it will really help us, because now we are over with people asking the same question every day.
Yes. Yes, maybe if we can also answer quickly the ones which on the chat. I can see someone is saying, can you explain the difference between Class A and B? I only heard about Class B. Yes, initially we have Class A. So Class A goes for 1 million rand. But if you have, if you're AEX shareholder, we decided to credit you the Class A without paying anything. That means within 2 years you can be able to pay it up, and you only get 40% of the dividends. But again, the way it works, we are able to we have a different gold coin, which is 2.5 grams. So that's what we can be able to list, and you're able to get that kind of earning from there. So and that is only mainly for Class AEX shareholders, who definitely, I think that we should start to process those Class A credited certificates to everyone who has paid Class B shares and A. And then someone is saying, if I'm not gifted in audio, how can I share